Welcome to this Essential Explainer. Listen, I'm stepping into the role of your digital compliance officer today because we really need to have a serious conversation about the tools we're using in our daily operations. Artificial intelligence is undeniably powerful, right? It can streamline workflows, speed up drafting, and spark some great new ideas. But make no mistake, if we use it carelessly, it creates severe, totally unacceptable vulnerabilities, particularly in our medical and financial offices where the stakes are just incredibly high. Think of this training guide as your mandatory framework for managing those risks responsibly.
I want you to literally burn this core philosophy into your memory. Confidence does not equal correctness. For administrative staff handling critical workflows, this is absolutely the most dangerous trap you can fall into. You see, an AI chatbot will always sound polite, professional, and absolutely certain of its answer, even when it's completely wrong. Just because an AI sounds confident doesn't mean its output is factual, and it for sure doesn't mean it's safe for client or patient use.
Okay, let's dive into this. Today, we're going to cover 1. The limits of AI accuracy. 2. Protecting sensitive data. 3. Mandatory fact-checking. 4. Maintaining originality. And finally, our safety and ethics policy.
All right, Section 1. Limits of AI accuracy, the illusion of infallibility.
We need to immediately debunk this dangerous beginner mindset that simply assumes, well, if AI said it, it must be true. AI actually generates answers based on math and patterns, not guaranteed truth. And that brings us to a critical risk factor you have to know about: hallucinations. A hallucination is when AI generates information that sounds perfectly believable but is entirely false. It's prone to inventing stats, fabricating quotes, the whole shebang. For example, imagine a medical office setting. An administrator might ask an AI to summarize a rare condition, and the AI could confidently hallucinate and invent a completely fictional medical study to back up its text. You simply cannot take its word as fact.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how clearly it shows the strict boundary between safe, casual use, and high-stakes decisions. Low-risk tasks are where AI actually excels, generating ideas, drafting emails, or outlining document structure. But for high-risk tasks, things like medical advice, legal documentation, and financial decisions, AI must never be the final authority. We just do not cross that line.
Let's ground these rules in our specific medical and financial workplace scenarios. Organizational policy strictly forbids relying on AI for health emergencies, diagnosing diseases, or treatment decisions. Always, always consult real medical professionals. Similarly, over in the financial sector, never blindly follow AI for investments, loans, or assessing financial risk. Furthermore, AI often completely misinterprets country-specific legal regulations, which means any legal or compliance documentation requires mandatory manual fact-checking by a human expert. No exceptions.
Section 2. Protecting sensitive workplace data, the vulnerability of privacy.
When you type into an AI prompt, you're usually sending that information directly to a third-party server. Our organizational policy dictates strict adherence to data protection, so these specific data points must never, ever be shared. Passwords, one-time passwords, bank details, PINs, confidential company strategy, and above all, private client or patient data. Think about this recent case study. A well-meaning financial analyst actually pasted a client's private portfolio data into an AI tool just to quickly format a report. Well, that sensitive data got absorbed right into the AI's training model, resulting in a severe workplace data leak. We simply cannot let that happen here.
So, I have to ask you this pointed question. Is convenience really worth the security risk? The answer is always no. Fast formatting or a quick summary is never worth a massive data breach. Convenience must never come before our security standards or the trust our clients and patients place in us.
Section 3. Mandatory fact-checking protocols, the resolution. Since we know AI can hallucinate, we've got to have a system in place to catch those errors before using information in any official capacity, client communication, or internal documentation. Whenever an AI gives you statistics, news, historical claims, or technical info, you must cross-reference it using approved verification sources. That means verifying through official government or institutional websites, peer-reviewed books, trusted news platforms, or by speaking directly to verified internal experts. And a quick tip for identifying reliable websites: look for official domains like .gov or .edu, and always check that the portal is fully verified before trusting the data.
So, the crucial point is understanding the difference between dangerous use and smart use. Dangerous use is blindly trusting AI output and sending it straight out to a client. Smart use is treating the AI strictly as an assistant and verifying every single factual claim independently. If you're reviewing an AI-generated draft and spot a statistic you can't verify, you must flag that AI output as potentially unreliable content and remove it immediately.
Moving to Section 4, Maintaining Originality and Integrity, Avoiding Plagiarism.
When you're drafting emails, reports, or business documents, you're representing the organization. The words you use actually matter, which is why we need to define exactly what AI plagiarism looks like in a corporate setting. It's copying AI-generated content and presenting it as your own work without understanding it, reviewing it, or editing it. Not only does this lead to major trust issues, but it results in robotic, repetitive, unverified content that totally damages our business credibility and makes our communications look cheap.
Let's move to and see how this builds into our required workflow, the ethical drafting protocol. Step 1. Use AI to generate ideas and structure. Step 2. Rigorously edit and verify the facts. And Step 3. This is absolutely crucial. You must add your own personal insight and specific examples to the draft. You use the AI as an assistant to get past the blank page, sure, but you maintain your human creativity and critical thinking.
Section 5. AI Safety and Ethics Policy, the Standard.
Look, just because AI can do something incredibly fast doesn't mean it should be done without oversight. Here is your quick study checklist, your daily baseline for ethical AI usage. Verify independently. Never upload client or patient data. Always add personal insight to your drafts. And it goes without saying, but it is official policy, do not use these tools to spread misinformation, manipulate, or impersonate anyone dishonestly.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core truth of our digital age. Technology itself is not inherently good or bad. What matters entirely is how we humans use it. As a compliance officer, my goal isn't to stop you from using technology. It's to ensure you use it as a responsible professional. Your critical judgment is literally the only thing that ensures these powerful tools are used safely.
Which brings us to the most important takeaway of this explainer. AI is one of the most powerful tools of our generation, for sure, but real intelligence is knowing its limits. Use AI to support your thinking. Never stop thinking for yourself. So ask yourself before you hit send on that next report, are you letting the AI do the thinking for you, or are you firmly in control?